Want to know about 2010? Of course you do. So we've talked at length about 2010 being the really, especially the first 6 to 8 months are going to be the year of the physical. And the Guardians, Visionaries, I've lost track. The Visionaries made it really clear that we're talking about not just your physicality, as in your skin and your bones and your teeth and your hair, but your perception of your physical body, how you see yourself, how yourself interacts physically with other things. So even just like your posture, how you're sitting in the chair, do you feel warm, do you feel cold, those sorts of things. Then you start to look at, okay, if I take my physical self and I start to put my physical self into the world in a new way. You know, if you just start walking with your shoulders back and your head held high, you know that can change the way you interact with the world. Well, if all of a sudden you take a completely different physicality, and by physicality I mean the way you interact with the fact that you have a body at this point. We're not talking about all of a sudden you want green hair and you snap your fingers and you get green hair yet. What we're talking about is simply a new way of understanding and experiencing your body. Just like we talked about a new way of experiencing what is true now and the truth of yourself and the completeness of you and blah, 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 taking yourself out the front door. If you start taking your physical self out the world in the same way, then things start to ripple. Because then you're moving physical into physical. Now, we've done energetic and you've seen the ripples of that. You've seen how that has changed things. Now we're combining the physical into that. And as you take the physical into the physical world, you start to rearrange your relationship with the remainder of your physical world. And this starts to facilitate things like instantaneous manifestation. Because as you start to understand your physicality in a new way, you start to understand the physicality of the rest of your shared experience in a new way as well. It opens you up to an interaction with physicality that's brand new, is another way of saying it. None of that is possible until your current expression becomes loved by you. We started with triggers. We had triggers in the past and we looked at triggers and we said, you know, is it the 5-year-old having this moment? Is it the 15-year-old having this moment? Is the 25-year-old having this moment? When I'm triggered by the sound of a siren, am I back when, you know, I fell out of a tree when I was 7? Or am I standing here in Sonoma looking out the plaza? We looked at all those things. And you guys learned how to say, whoa, look at that 7-year-old's trying to pull me down. Not down as in bad, but pull me down away from the moment I'm in. So you had all sorts of practice at getting back into the moment and transforming your relationship to the trigger. This is going to be something you cannot let go of. You need to hang on to this with both hands. You cannot ignore, you cannot turn it over to God, you cannot give it to the angels, you cannot do any of that stuff with triggers, with things you don't like, with things you're embarrassed of, with things you're ashamed about. You transform your relationship to your shit. We're going to say it again. Transform your relationship to your shit. Because that's the only way it actually changes. Handing it off like some kind of a football thing, lateral pass to, I hope you're there, I can't see you or hear you or feel you, but I don't want this shitty memory, so catch. Let's hope God is good at catching footballs, because they're getting, you know, serious quantities are getting thrown that direction. You're not here to lateral pass your shit off. You are here because you wish to evolve into Homo Spiritus, which is an ensouled body, which is collapsing the lifetimes, which is experiencing all of the high vibrational conscious aspects of every expression you've had in the physical form simultaneously. Where in there is there a lateral pass person? We've never seen that person. So if you're tempted to lateral pass things, don't. The first thing you have to do is to say, okay, since I'm tempted to hand this one off, it means it's at the top of my list, and I'm trying to avoid it. What do? You run the tools. What is true now? Who's experiencing this? What's going on in the moment? You know, all the tools we've done. So the first things to pay attention to are, what do I think of my body? Honestly, you know you've been lying to yourself about your body for 40, 50, 60 years. You have been lying to yourselves. So get over it and tell yourselves the truth. What do I actually think about my body? Get naked and get in that mirror and look at it. Which parts do I like? Which parts don't I like? Why don't I like them? Why do I like them? And remember, ask yourselves the question and stay in the moment with it. It's not, oh, I think I'm too fat. Oh, I wish I had exercised more. Why did I eat that cake last week? Okay. Past, remember we did this one? You know the past is coming up. Thank you, past. I don't want to deal with you right now. You know the future temptation's coming up. Thank you, future temptation. I'm not interested in you either. You know the biological response is going to come up, which is probably disgust, disdain, dismay, maybe some delight. What is true now? The What is True Now tool was used, and it was intense, and it taught you a lot, and you thought it was hard, and then it got easier, and then sometimes it's still hard, but lots of times it's lots easier, and it shows you stuff. And what is true now, a lot of times you can be calm and peaceful when you ask yourself that question. So now we're going to ramp it up, and we're going to ask you to get naked, look in the mirror, and ask what is true now about your body. And you're going to freak out, guaranteed, at least once. I can't believe I did this to myself. And then you have to stop. And you use the practice you've had, which is the past stays in the past. The future is not interesting. The biological response will just hold here and then say, what is the truth? What is the truth? At some point, we see you getting to the truth is, man, I'm so grateful I have a body. That's the true truth. The in-between truth is cultural habit. It's stories you've been taught to know about yourself. It's pressure you're put on to conform. It's beliefs that other people have projected at you. As a soul, we can assure you, like the Visionaries say, they see you as your complete self. They see you as your evolved self. The soul loves every square millimeter of you. Your physical expression is delightful to them no matter what's going on. Because all it is an opportunity for experience. It's the doorway. It's the spacesuit. It's giving you the chance. All of your physical expression can be completely modified. You have the ability to gain control of everything your body does, says, and feels. Shape, color, size, all of it. You do have within the realm of possibilities as possible. Now, that's not tomorrow. That's probably not even February. That's probably not even March. But it is part of becoming Homo Spiritus. Because it's part of saying, this is my creation, and my creation is being generated by my internal journey. Remember, we've said a million times, your internal journey is externalized, and you watch it like watching a movie as it plays out in your life. And all the people, places, and things in your movie are your creations there, designed to give you the opportunity to learn from. Right? We've covered that. Now, we're bringing that in a little. Your physical body, your physical presentation is equally offering you that learning opportunity. And 2010 is going to be about taking that learning opportunity and bringing it more under your conscious influence. That's what the journey to Homo sapiens, or Homo Spiritus, and the journey to 2012 requires of you.